All right, Amber, it's your first time behind the wheel. As you guys know, we've been doing all kinds of videos on the Yoke wheel to see kind of what my impressions are, if I recommend it, you know, if I'm going to keep it in the car or not. But the other half of that decision is my wife. She, as you guys know, she drives it more than I do. So, Amber, you've been in the car now with it for about 5 seconds. First thought, as soon as you grab the wheel, what are you thinking?
Different.
Different how?
Well, it's odd. It feels awkward. And I think probably it just, where I normally hold the wheel at, there's no wheel.
Where is that? Where do you normally hold the wheel?
I think normally I'm up higher. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe just because it's gone, it feels weird.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of it that's like, well, how different actually is it? Now, let me ask you this, because I, like I said in the videos, I keep my hand on the top of the wheel all the time when I drive. Do you normally do that, or is that not a normal thing for you?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, here's your first turn. How does that feel?
Whoa.
You almost went to the curb. These poor walking people are like, what's wrong with these people? All right, so, okay, so you made that turn. Was that super awkward?
It was. I mean, I'm sure you would get used to it over time, but...
That appears to be the phrase of choice with this thing. You'll get used to it.
You get used to it,
Wow,
okay.
If you guys see that she didn't all slow down for that speed bump, just thought I'd point that out.
I didn't feel...
Hey, there's a speed bump, let's get some air.
I didn't feel anything over here.
Yeah, well, we're going to kind of go on a bit of a loop. We're super hungry, we're going to Subway, so we're going to see, there's all kinds of like different types of driving that we're going to be able to do. We're going to see really how you feel with the city and everything. So here's a really sharp turn to the right.
Okay,
so let's watch her do
better.
this. Oh, see, that wasn't so bad, though.
That wasn't so bad.
Well, so what I want you to try is that, so a lot of people have suggested that when you make a turn, you put like fingers in here and then to use that to spin it. So me being like this enormous, super strong, buff guy, right, it makes sense that you could do that. But I want to know, like, with
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
I got to sell her on this, you see. I want to see, like, can you do that as someone who's like extremely small and extremely weak? Can you do something like that?
You want to say that again?
No. But so yeah, at this light here, I want to see kind of how you feel about that. So we'll cut to that. Okay, here we go. The light is green. So 2 fingers on the right side like this.
Like this?
Just like that.
Okay.
Yep. And then so just try to control it like that as you make the turn. See if it's hard to do to spin it. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I mean, I did it.
You did it. You didn't actually need to though that time, right? You could have.
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't comfortable.
No, it's amazing. At first, it feels like you can do it. And then as you get over the top, it feels like a ton of pressure.
Yeah, there's a lot of resistance.
There's a lot of resistance there, yeah.
You know, driving straight is fine, but you mentioned how you thought it was like really comfortable because you could rest your arms down. I don't have that same sentiment.
Okay, well, a lot of people that just heard you say that, maybe they didn't see the video where I said that. So explain to them what I said about where to rest your hands.
Well, you were talking about how comfortable it was. I think, was it down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because your arms just could...
No, okay, so I was saying my knees are right here, so I can rest my hands on both sides with the thumbs right there and rest them on my legs, but you're obviously too small to do that.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of insults on your stature over this.
You know what? I'm used to it. But yeah, I mean, I guess my arms aren't as long and my knees aren't up as high. So for me being shorter...
How tall are you?
5'3".
5'3".
I don't find it as easy as you did to just relax. Not that I'm saying it's uncomfortable. Yeah. It's just that I can't rest my arms and just, you know, keep the pressure on the wheel.
So let me ask you this then. When you're holding on to it, is it extremely, like on the sides, like right here, is it extremely like obvious that you're not holding on to a wheel like you're used to, a circular wheel? Is it very aware that you're straight up and down with your hands? Not
on the sides, but I feel like I'm grabbing more this corner. I don't know, maybe I like the rounded edges, so
it's close as you can get to the wheel.
It's like my comfort space. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next what we're going to do is we're going to put it in autopilot going through this road as we get to this light. And so what I want you to do is, you know, kind of tell me how it feels being on autopilot with your hands resting down here, because that's something that a lot of people have asked about. And with me, it's a little different because, you know, I'm putting pressure in different spots, but I want to get your take on it. So whenever you're ready, put it in autopilot and kind of tell me what your impression is of using the Yoke wheel with autopilot. Notice how she knows she can't do that in the middle of an intersection. And the reason for that, the car needs to see at least one road line in order to engage autopilot. So as soon as she went through the intersection, the steering wheel showed up right here on the screen, and she was able to put it in autopilot. So now rest your hands where you would comfortably rest them for autopilot. That's where you keep them? Okay, so let's just see what kind of pressure. Do you feel like you're putting pressure in any spot?
No.
Which it doesn't look like you are either, so I think you're going to get the warning here to put some torque on the wheel. So we'll have to watch for that.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. If you're turning and the road's a little bit, you're going to feel some pressure in your hand, but just driving straight, I found that even for me, that I had that. Now, if I had one hand on the wheel, it's different because you put almost too much torque. Like, so take off this hand, just see the one hand there. Doesn't it feel like you're putting a lot because it's so far out?
Yeah, I do feel like
it's almost fighting the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my other thing. So I found that I had to kind of move my hand in closer to the center to not disengage autopilot. But like as I said in the other video, I never actually did disengage it. Go, 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 go!
Okay. Coming in hot.
All right, so what we're going to be doing here now is Amber's going to be for the first time using it to like navigate around a parking lot and like do some parking, pull in, pull out, back in, back out, that kind of thing. And so look at those arms. How did that feel, that sharp of a turn? Was that kind of awkward?
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's not something that like you couldn't get used to if you wanted.
Oh, now this guy's going to take my spot.
No. Where are you going?
Back it up.
Oh my word, women drivers, tell you what. All right, so here she goes then. She's going to pull into this spot right here, and then we'll back out later. So, oh man, bad timing. Hello. Definitely don't want to park too close to her.
Seriously.
All right. So, all right, we'll be back in a sec. All right, so once this lady backs out, we're going to back out of here, kind of the first time going backwards when you're not actually looking at the wheel, which is a little bit different than driving in. It's kind of weird how it's put in that parking spot right there. Mm-hmm. So when you grab the top of the wheel like that, isn't that interesting how that feels? It's like you're grabbing something straight, like a bar.
Yeah, I didn't really notice actually this time.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just, for me, it was a little bit different. Like you just kind of grab.
But this was also like an angled parking spot, so it probably wasn't the best.
A lot easier. Go do a loop. Do a total like 180 in this parking lot. Like just see what it feels like.
You mean like what I just did before?
Yeah, but drive in there and just do a do a 360. Like turn right back and come around this big wide. Just use this whole area. Just turn around. And
like I'm gonna
you're trying to flip a Yui or something. Yeah.
That is kind of weird. Okay. You have to be very conscientious of like where your hands are going.
Yeah, you can't, because like right now you can't let it slip, right? Like normally you just let the wheel straighten itself.
Right.
You can't do that. So that's something you'd have to be okay with and getting used to.
Yeah, like that. Like where you would normally just let it go.
Right. You can't do that. And you might be able to if you got used to it, but you still have to grab it. That's what I don't like is that you can't slide it through your fingers. You got to actually physically let go of the steering wheel, which I think is obviously a lot riskier. Get some speed through here and do a little sporty turn. Gun it.
Ow!
Weak sauce. Woohoo! Mama!
Well, I gunned it.
Yeah, you did. By the way, you cannot do that after next week. All right, so next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a place where it's kind of like a windy, tight road that she's gonna be able to kind of, test it out for like more of a sporty feel, not just a regular driving through the city type of a drive. So unfortunately, there's gonna be a cop behind us too, probably, darn it. We'll see. If another car comes behind us. No, there's not any cars behind us.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be driving crazy anyway.
I know. Okay. So this road right here is a road that I've come many times in Autopilot to test out how well it can handle corners, because watch what happens right here. You see this insanely sharp curve to the left? Like, this is a big challenge for Autopilot, because that's to slow down very slow to make this. But right here, it yells at me, take it. And if I didn't take it, it would be a forced disengagement, which is one of the things that would basically kick you out of being able to be in the beta program. So, if you've seen that video, that's one thing you got to be really aware of. But going through roads like this, curvy, back road.
What's interesting is that I feel like I can curve to the right easier than curving to the left.
Right.
I feel it's a little bit more awkward.
Yeah. I was thinking, I bet police officers get so annoyed with people driving right on the speed limit, because they know everyone else, when they're not right there, is driving like 4 or 5 over. But when they're there, everyone drives so slow. I bet they're so frustrated with having to always drive the speed limit because everyone in front of him is only driving the speed limit. So here's another kind of curve to the left, and then see, this is what I wanted you to whip around these two corners right here because they're a ton of fun.
Whipping is not going to happen at the moment.
No, exactly. So we can maybe pull over.
But still, 20
like this right
miles
here.
an hour, and I am going way faster than 20.
Yeah, and you're all over that white line. I'd arrest you right now if I was that cop.
I mean...
Racer styled it. Now this turn's actually going to be really sharp, like hard to the left. Let's see how you like this. So again, you got to cross, pull over. And do you find that when you have to actually call and grab the top, it kind of is a little bit more jerky than you're used to because you're...
Yeah, because you can only go at certain points. You can only grab it at certain...
Yeah, I felt the same thing.
But I didn't find it to be offensive.
Offensive?
I didn't...
That's an interesting observation word for driving a steering wheel.
Well, considering
my steering wheel offended me today.
Because I thought it was going to be grotesque, so...
yeah. So I'm not going to lie. I actually thought you would not like it. I thought you'd be a lot more negative about it than you have been. I'm kind of surprised here, to be honest with you. I thought you'd be like, oh my gosh, I hate this. This is so weird. But, I mean, a lot of people say this is the future. Cybertruck, Model S, all that, this is the future.
Well, my honest opinion is I don't love it. It's not for me. But I think that it's definitely unique. So if somebody's looking for something that gives their car a little bit of edge, to be a little different, this is the way to go. It is a little weird driving it, but I think it's not so weird that you couldn't get over it. But I think I personally would rather stick with the traditional round wheel.
Well, let me ask you this then, because we both work a lot and we're on the phone a lot. Somebody who's not just going out to drive with Yoke, they're just a normal driver trying to handle business, trying to handle life, talking to kids in the back seat. Is this distracting?
I don't think it's distracting, but I do think that there is more security with having the top of the wheel that you can grab that isn't there now. So I think if...
More security how? Just more touch points?
Yeah, stability. So in turning, you can use the top of the wheel, or if something happens and you needed to grab. There have been times where I felt like trying to reach for it and it's not there.
Do you think you could get in the habit of teaching yourself to grab somewhere else though?
Oh, sure. Probably. Yeah. Ultimately, I don't know if this is the family dad's wheel, but...
That's a good point. I think that one thing for me that I've found, I've had it in here for 2 weeks now, is that you get a lot of people asking you questions. You get a lot of looks. I've had people ask me if this is the Model S Plaid, which is kind of funny. I've had all kinds of different reactions to it, and that's kind of fun. It is kind of fun knowing that, like you said, you are in a unique vehicle. But I find that that for me, when I'm talking to my reps or on the phone with a client, I'm driving down the road, and maybe I got to, you guys are going to put all 7 or 8 comments at least about this next one. When I got to reach over and scratch a note really quick on my iPad while I'm driving, don't worry, I'm in autopilot when I do it, that it becomes awkward because you can't drive with your knee with it. Try it. Try putting your knee up there and stabilizing.
No, I never drive with my knee ever anyway. That's
your
very
knees dangerous.
Gracious.
Okay, well, when your knee is smashed into your wheel all the time anyway, you just little pressure and hold it still while if you needed to, whatever. Autopilot does the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. I find that most of the time it's fine and it's fun, but if you're just not going out to have a fun drive, it can be a little bit of an annoyance. So I think that what we've concluded from my driving, what we've concluded from Amber's driving today is that because we share the car and everything, we're going to swap it back to the round wheel. And I think that's probably the consensus, right?
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Again, in the realm of buying Teslas, there's only so many options you can have for your car. Right. So if you are looking for something different, unique, you want to stand out, you want something that has a little bit of edge, this is definitely a great option for you.
What do you think about seeing the screen with it, though? Not that you ever look at that anyway.
Well, actually, I don't, but to be fair, I don't look at that screen because I can't see it with a round wheel. So that is true.
But now that you can see it,
I can see it.
It does open up the windshield a bit more, right?
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's how we feel about it. We have had a blast with it. It's fun. It qualifies for fun. It qualifies for uniqueness, sporty, all those things. And if that's what you're going for, it's a done deal. You're gonna love it. I do wish that they changed that you could change the ratio of the steering, so it's not a full 360 to spin the wheel, and that's just more of a like this to do a full turn, like a Formula One car is. But you know, whatever. And so if you're on the fence with buying it, you're gonna like it. You're not gonna regret buying it. But for us, we're gonna go back to the round wheel. We've got an amazing, awesome round wheel by Hansshow that has the same design, same leather, same carbon fiber that we're gonna put back on here, and that's gonna be, you know, our wheel that we're gonna choose. So, but it's been a blast, and like I said, if you're on the fence about it and you really want it, go for it. You won't hate it. So that's it for this one. See you guys on the next one.